That Kobe New York City sneaker stash we just saw was not the Kobe Vault shock drop. I know it might have seemed that way because just a couple days after the video I posted, we saw that shock drop happen via sneaker stash in New York, but that is not the Kobe Vault shock drop. Now, it definitely makes sense why a lot of people thought it was, especially with the timing of my post, but good news, guys. That wasn't the Vault shock drop. We got a lot more coming, trust me. We're gonna get into that, but first, just a quick update. We just got word that we're gonna be seeing a Stranger Things Nike Dunk collaboration this year, and there's gonna be two different stock keeping units. There's gonna be two different colorways, and each of them is gonna be $155. Now, I don't know what these are gonna look like, but at $155, these better be limited because I'm skeptical if they're going to perform well. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything too special about a Stranger Things collab. We've seen these collabs brick in the past. Another Dunk collab that we're getting that I'm not really too excited about is the Tweed Nike Dunk Low. These are dropping sometime during fall of this year for $140. And I gotta admit, I'm not really a fan of these. I respect the effort Nike put in for these, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't hit. I don't think these came out too well, and I'm not expecting them to perform well either. Probably just going to end up being personals. We'll see though, you know, it depends on stock. And just a quick update regarding the Levi's Air Max 95 collab. Remember guys, this is a very limited collaboration. Don't sleep on this. This is coming July 11th, but the update is we finally got an on-foot look and just some more images in general at what these pairs actually look like in person. And I'm not a huge fan of them, but I could see the appeal, and most importantly, they are going to be very limited, so these are probably going to be pretty profitable, especially in the large sizes. I'll keep you guys updated with more details as we approach the July 11th drop. And remember, Levi's is going to be dropping too. If you guys remember on the Jordan 4 drop, a long time ago, Levi's had their own shock drop in the app. It was just like a surprise drop. That's probably going to be your best chance to get these, so make sure you have access to a Levi's monitor. Also, we just saw images load for the Pure Money Jordan 3. These are going to be dropping right around the corner, July 5th for $205. Definitely a nice colorway, one of my favorite Jordan 3 colorways. I'm probably going to try to get a personal pair. Unfortunately, there is no Nike Air on the back. It's just a Jumpman, but nonetheless, I'm still excited to get a pair of these. Let me know what you guys think. These are probably just going to be personals only, unfortunately, though. At best, maybe if you sell locally off platforms and you don't have tax in your state, you can make a couple bucks, but overall I'm skeptical on profitability. Even better than those though, we got in-hand pictures of the Black Cat Jordan 4. We finally are getting to see what these actually look like, and the best part, these got the Nike Air on the back, and they look so much better with the Nike Air. They look absolutely incredible. These are dropping November 28th for $225, so slightly elevated retail. Don't like to see that, but nonetheless, these are probably still going to perform well. Not as well as the last pair. Not going to sell for like $800 and up, but they should perform well enough for profitability, especially in large sizes. They're dropping on November 28th for $225. Another sick Jordan 4 that we just got news we're going to be seeing, and this is just a mock-up. We don't know exactly how they're going to look, but it should be something along the lines of this. This is the Jordan 4 Lakers. These are going to be dropping in February of 2026 for $225, and these are really sick too, especially if you're a Lakers fan, but nonetheless, it's a really dope colorway. We actually haven't seen this color combo on Jordan 4s before, so really awesome. Looking forward to this one. Also, this July 18th, right around the corner, we're getting another Kobe, and we just got a first look at this. This is the Kobe 6 Total Orange. They're dropping for $190. Kobe 6s usually do perform pretty well, but I could see this being the first pair that actually doesn't perform well, especially what we saw recently on the LA Dodgers pair. I could see these doing worse than the LA Dodgers pair and potentially not being profitable. We'll see as we get closer to the drop and we see the actual stock numbers though. And the final update before we get into the Kobe Vault news, we just got a look at another Air Max 95, and this one is my favorite one that we've actually seen thus far. And the reason I'm bringing up Air Max 95s and why these are actually, you know, worth talking about for the first time in a very long time is because recently they dropped the green pair with only 2K stock, and they actually ended up performing very well. So it looks like Nike's trying to strategically make a lot of these Air Max 95s and probably some other silhouettes very limited to try to generate some hype and more long-term demand. And what they're eventually going to do is restock or re-release those pairs later down the line in the future. And I could see them doing that with these colorways too. This one looks really nice. This is going to be the black vivid purple anthracite iron gray colorway. It's going to be $190, dropping sometime later in the summer, potentially in the fall, but they look really good, I must say. And if these are limited enough, these should perform very well too. And the same goes for another pair that also just loaded up. This is the green shock pair. I could see these also doing well if they're limited enough. It really depends on stock, and we'll see what Nike's strategy is for these as well. And the last new colorway we just saw is a pair that looks just like the A Ma Maniére collaboration, so I'm a little bit perplexed why they decided to do this, because it looks so similar. And that A Ma Maniére pair wasn't really too hyped up. It's not like this is a poor man's version. Like, you could easily get that pair for slightly above retail in the secondary market. Anyway, this is the velvet brown pair. It's coming in women's sizes actually for $190, around the same time period. No precise date though. I'm not too excited about this colorway, but again, if they keep it limited enough, there could be an opportunity for profit, especially on the large size for these. So keep these Air Max 95s on your radar. Depending on the stock numbers, they could potentially be sleeper opportunities. Now, with all that news out of the way, we got to talk about the Kobe Vault Shock Drop. Just a couple of days ago at the Javits Center, we saw a sneaker stash for the All-Star Kobe 6. This was what a lot of people thought was going to be the Kobe Vault Shock Drop. And it made sense because we see, you know, this Kobe load on the back end, and it was a little bit weird why there was only one Kobe and not a bunch of Kobes like we would normally see for a Vault Shock Drop. So some people were speculating like maybe this is just, you know, the only thing we're going to be seeing from the Vault Shock Drop. But no, actually not the case. This was completely separate. This was strictly just some stuff for the Fanatics Fest, and they dropped a couple of other things via stash too, but some bricks that no one really cares about. And there wasn't really that much stock for this Kobe anyway. It was just a couple of thousand pairs. But the point is, I'm here to reassure you that that was not the Kobe Vault Shock Drop. The Kobe Vault Shock Drop is coming very soon. Now, obviously, things are subject to change, but the date I have now, it's supposed to be during this week. So it's right around the corner. Make sure you get ready. As always, I'm going to post all the precise early details, including the time, everything, the full list of all the products dropping, everything inside of Endurance, like I always do for every single shock drop, including the recent New York City stash. We posted all the information in advance. We told people you got to go to the event at the Javits Center. We always have the early info for these kinds of things posted inside of Endurance. So if you want all the precise details on the vault, obviously consider joining Endurance. But if not, let us still help you out for free by joining the free group, because when the Vault Shock Drop goes live, we already have the message prepared and we know when to send it. This way it beats the Twitter times, because Twitter, you know, they're waiting to see something happen and they tweet out. But I already know in advance when it's going to happen, so even in the free group, I pre-type the message out. I don't send it before the drop. I wait till it goes live, and then either me or one of my team members will have it be sent out as soon as it loads up. So you'll have an edge over the rest of Twitter still, even though it's a free group. So if you want the early info, join Endurance for any type of shock drop, and especially with Pokemon reselling too, like there's so much money to be made recently. But again, just at least let me help you out for completely free. There's a free group on that same link in the description below, and yeah, hopefully you end up getting lucky, because the Kobe Vault Shock Drop has not happened yet. That All-Star drop was not the Kobe Vault. Don't worry.